Awkward.
Hello. We had technical issues.
Hi.
We were trying to sort out. There was people waiting for a live that I had scheduled, but I started it on the wrong orientation. We're having device issues and all kinds of challenges here.
It is Mercury retrograde for real.
So let's see if we can get any way to get the people know that we're on a new live.
And leave a post.
Let's see. That one, sorry. I'm looking at my computer to see if I can let people know.
Hold this.
Well, maybe you can look at YouTube. Hi, it's me, Dave. You found us.
Yay.
Hi, William. We had scheduled a live on something, and then I opened it and then closed it, and I can't reopen it. So I wanted to leave a comment on that one, but I can't leave comments in the YouTube Studio app.
I'm doing it right now.
Okay. You can see the live that went defunct.
Oh no, that's the live one. 7:01, yeah, waiting for the high question mark.
Had the thumbnail on it. The boat with the mountain. Yeah. KW, why aren't I working on the boat? Trust me, I was. Because I scheduled a live on YouTube at 7 p.m., so I had to stop. And I was trying to get, we were trying to get microphones set up, and we were trying to get this other nicer camera set up, and well, I didn't give myself enough time.
It's true.
And
so we can go back down though and finish the fairing.
So it's just kind of a little technical firestorm just went down, and it looks like I've been drinking.
Hey, at least you're a loving drinker.
Maybe you can watch the comments because it's on. I have it horizontal today. Who likes it horizontal or vertical? We did the last two vertical, and it's kind of annoying for us, but I can see that when you're horizontal, the comments disappear really fast. So we might get Audrey's phone up to watch the comment stream.
Working on it.
Hi, Freddie. What time is it there? Last time you said you got up at 2:30 in the morning or something. I got your email and I read it. Oh, for Prince William Sound. We want to go there pretty soon. Where are you at in Prince William Sound? Audrey grew up there. We're doing great. Dave likes the horizontal. Good. Cool, Cordova. Yeah, I've been there quite a few times.
Oh, man, there's still 5 waiting people for our scheduled live at 5 p.m.
We're doing good. I'm really having a great time spreading fairing compound on the Alaskan Gypsy. It is so satisfying. I'm finally erasing all those electrolysis divots, and I feel really good about it. I think the bottom of this boat is going to be in excellent condition. It's very rewarding, very satisfying. It's cathartic, and I've been doing that all day. And it's warm inside the tent. It's kind of been a blustery day. You're shaking the chair.
Sorry.
You shake the camera. Thanks, it's me, Dave H. We're excited about it too, but it's been a great day of really having a good task in front of me and just being able to work at it all day long. Nice. I'm almost done with both sides of the Audrey pulled up our live, so I was hearing myself talk. That's getting confusing. Almost done with the first coat of fairing on both sides of the hull. I'm just probably another half hour or so away. Keep that mail for later. There's a lot more exciting thing. I don't know what you're talking about, but half hour away from being done the first coat. First coat of probably 3 coats, and there'll be a quick sand between each coat. So it's not like I'm almost done fairing, but I'm almost done with the first big step of it, and it's been a real satisfying process. I've probably said that 100 times in the last day. The satisfying process.
Yes, we agree. The boat is awesome. Like, it feels like we're sitting inside of a cabin right now. It is kind of, it's colder up here than it is down there.
I'm curious, we got a fellow Alaskan AK flyer. Do you commercial fishing, Cordova, or are you recreational boater, or what's your story there? I commercial fished when I was a kid for 7 years. It was the thing. Yes, sir, to what?
Yes, sir. Fisher. The
Fisherman.
fisherman.
Most people in Cordova are. Cordova is a pretty interesting community for those who don't know. Um, thanks. It's landlocked, basically. Very little roads, commercial fishing. I'm gonna have to get back. I can't keep straight. Audrey's gonna have to help me with the comments.
Yeah, you. Don't
Cordova is a pretty cool town. It has Alaska Airlines jet service and boat access and ferry access, and it's got big mountains nearby there. It's mostly a commercial fishing town. It's on the kind of, I would say, the edge of Prince William Sound a little bit, the eastern side. And I was last there. Audrey and I brought a boat down for a customer, a 44-foot aluminum boat with twin 425 outboards. From Homer, we went to Seward, and then to Cordova was our fuel stops, and then we spent a night at Kayak Island, and then our next fuel was in Yakutat. And so that was the last time we were in Cordova. Pretty much just, well, we actually went into the harbor and hung out there for a little bit, and then went around to the fuel dock. Not sure why we...
Yeah, I went into the grocery store and got $8.99 gallons of water.
Yeah, how about those grocery bills in Cordova?
How do you survive there? I mean, I'm like Valdez, I thought was bad, but like Cordova is like, whoa.
Next level expensive.
Yeah, it was surprising. It's kind of like a little sucker hole of expensive economy in Alaska. South Central.
Yeah.
It was surprising.
It's fun visiting the coastal communities, and that's part of what we're excited about in our Alaskan Gypsy Life, is that we're going to be able to go to places like Cordova and hang out. And
can I jump in with a comment?
Let me finish that thought. So Cordova, I haven't been to Haines, but we're in Wrangell right now, Petersburg, Craig, all these little coastal communities that are mostly sort of fishing based. Hope to go there and find little bits of work. Audrey does Reiki energy healing work, and I do welding and other hack trade stuff. Learn as I go, self-taught, but can solve a lot of problems, and happy to share that. So hope to visit communities like Cordova and spend some time there and help people out in a variety of ways if we're able. So that's kind of the legacy of the Alaskan Gypsy that we want to start back up, and we're sitting here in the boat right now.
Yes, we are in the boat, the Alaskan Gypsy. Yes, Cordova is beautiful. Lots of amazing adventures there.
I'm looking at the comments, so bear with me.
I want to jump in on one of the comments. Dave, hi Dave. Yeah, we
Oh, Dad.
Gary didn't really want to be on the camera.
My dad's name is Gary.
He didn't want to actually like talk on the camera officially. So anyway, that didn't happen. But I will say that I felt so grateful that when I got back, he was still here for another week or so, like 6 days. So I got to have lots of fun conversations and connections and cups of coffee with Gary.
Yeah, I gotta say, the older I get, which I'm 42, I think, I'm well into the age of life where you can't remember how old you are. I realize how much I am like my dad, and we discovered a new one when he was down here. He told me that he used to read, or he had books from Bruce Roberts, a boat designer builder, kind of a guy who specialized in DIY boat plans. My dad actually had a dream of building a Bruce Roberts steel boat. He's been a welder his whole career. And so I didn't know this about him, but he had been looking at steel motor sailors, and he was wanting to build one. And here we are restoring one, and he gets to come down and help out and be a part of this whole thing. And he kept on saying over and over, can you imagine how much work it would take to build this thing from scratch? He probably said that to me 100 times.
Yeah.
And I don't disagree.
A lot too.
But I realize now he was thinking back through his plans of building a boat. I'm sure he wasn't going to build one this big, because this thing's a monster himself. And he's realizing, wow, that would have been a tremendous amount of work. And so it was very cool to be able to share, we're restoring one. and he was helping me. So it was a father-son project together there for a few weeks, and I didn't really realize, but him coming here was kind of a part of him reliving one of his dreams, and so that was cool. And I asked him, "Why did you want to build a sailboat?" Because he's has never in my life been much of a boater. He had a small plane when I was young, and I used to go fly around with him. Sometimes we'd go moose hunting or duck hunting, and travel a little bit. But I never really knew he wanted to spend time at sea. And then he told me, I said, "Well, what did you want to do?" And he said, "Oh, just, get away from people." And it cracked me up because um, I'm relatively social and enjoy people's company and love doing this kind of thing with you guys. But
Me too.
getting away from people is definitely a big thing for me. And
I love quiet.
getting outside of the mayhem of society and all of what's going on there is why we're living on a sailboat. That's a big part of it. And so there I come to find my dad had the same sort of dream or idea, and that was a pretty fun little realization with him.
That was
So
really fun to hear.
we're looking at the comments.
Yeah, we are. I wanted to respond to Todd.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, are we going to do charters? I think the answer is we're going to be so in the flow, and the opportunities are absolutely going to be there for different specialty excursions. I'm excited about
Yeah.
those things.
I
I
would-
loved being a tour guide and deckhand in Prince William Sound many years ago, and I'm hopeful to be able to share. There's some really unique things that we can potentially share with the right people.
Yeah. I have quite a background of taking people out on boat trips, actually. I worked on a research vessel for a year that was a fish and game research boat. And then for about 11 years, I guess it was, I worked on a boat called the Milo, and we did long range surf adventure charters all around Alaska. So that was quite a thing. I see that I'm shaking the camera a lot.
Yeah.
I should try and set this thing down somehow.
I
Sorry.
just want to jump in on the Milo real quick while he's figuring that out and say that we just got to do a trip I shared on last night's live down to Southwest Alaska on the Milo. And I just remembered today that I have some great footage that I haven't actually turned into a video yet of Scott talking about the Milo, being on the Milo, a little tour of the Milo, and talking about how it has helped prepare him mentally, emotionally, physically, for this embarking on this liveaboard journey on the Alaskan Gypsy. So stay tuned for that. That's in my creative little inspiration bucket. It's gonna come soon. Yeah, hopefully by the time I get out of here this weekend. I've actually been kind of busy here. Like appointments every day, a lot of days.
Sorry, I'm trying to get this camera so I quit shaking it so you guys get a smoother
Can you still
view.
hear me? We've got a heater going. I guess we can turn it off.
Let's turn that off. Okay, hopefully that's a better picture and it'll be smoother and I won't be shaking the camera around in my hand anymore. So
Yeah.
I wanted to get back to some comments that we missed.
Yes. Okay, so now we are from Fred. You're almost in the water from the looks of progress. What will be your expected date to be in the water?
The question we wish we had an answer to, but here's what I've been telling people lately that have been asking me that. I say, I'm hoping by Thanksgiving. And when I mention that to the folks around this yard who have seen people like me come and go and done projects like this themselves, mostly they chuckle under their breath and then kind of say like, "Oh, you think so, do you?" I think a few people have said that. So I'm probably optimistic, but hey, better optimistic than pessimistic. We're hoping that possibly Thanksgiving. That's what I'm thinking. I don't see any reason why it's impossible, but it'll definitely require a lot of focus and getting all my pieces in alignment, getting my shaft on its way, finding a propeller, my motor mounts. I need new motor mounts, finishing the painting, obviously. I got some through hole stuff I need to finish up. There's a lot of stuff that has to happen before we go in the water, and there's a tremendous amount of stuff that I'm just not going to get to. And we got to get out of the shipyard before I'm totally broke. So we're just going to get all the critical things done and try and make it in the water. So hold me to it. Thanksgiving. I'll probably forget about that in a couple weeks, but no, that's the idea.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible. We'll see how it goes. I did want to say, William, I think I saw, yeah, what made you an Alaskan, before that comment disappeared, I think that qualified you. So just, yeah, this will remind you a lot. Yes, better you than me reminding him. I know better. We don't go there. There's no point.
She asks me all the time, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
I didn't actually
not
finish
reminding.
what I was saying about the Milo
Inquiring.
is that I had a lot of years taking people around Alaska, showing them the beauty of this incredible state in the wilderness, and always enjoyed doing that. So if we can figure out a way to do that with the Alaskan Gypsy, we'll probably do it at some capacity. This boat is not really set up to be a charter style boat, so we're not going to go all in on trying to make our living hosting people, but certainly we'll do some amount of something in line with that. But we actually have another boat. Thomas Colvin is the one who designed this boat, and he designed another boat, and it turns out everyone I see I want to own. It's kind of a joke, but it's kind of true. And we bought a 42-foot boat a couple years ago, and we're thinking about running that boat as a bareboat charter possibly. So however that worked out, it's an idea at this point, but it could involve giving
Somebody
people the
loves it.
opportunity to sort of come along with us. Maybe we could have sort of shared itineraries or whatever. They could have their own boat, be the captain of their own ship, and I would be nearby to assist if anything was needed. But it would be in Prince William Sound or Southeast, I think, and places where there's a lot to see and the waters are pretty sheltered relatively, and there's a lot of good anchorages, so it's a lot more accessible. And besides, Southeast and Prince William Sound are gorgeous places, so much to see. So
much to explore.
it's kind of a different idea on charters, but
Yeah. We are here with Boca Raton John, born in Alaska, currently on the Celebrity Beyond, headed for Belize. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
That's so cool.
Belize.
Wow. HV.
HVAC, yeah,
HVACing.
HVACing.
Thank you for, and this is unknown to me, seeing this orange little box pop up with $bucks, but thanks. I don't know.
That's from HVACing.
That's pretty cool.
Gave us $20. Wow.
I know.
That was very kind.
Yeah, what a
$20
surprise.
doesn't go very far in the shipyard, but it goes pretty far in our personal life.
It
I'll
sure
tell you that
does,
much.
which is quality of life, which gets us through the long hours. I mean, yeah.
Might pay the electric bill on the electric heater I'm running all day. Probably not, but some of it. The boat's coming along really well. So thank you for that donation to the cause. I appreciate it. It won't be wasted. And we're making good progress, and today's been a great day for that. Really feeling like big progress is being made today. So we're pretty excited. Feeling like I have a funny story. Last night I had hooked up this, or was trying to hook up this 3-phase electric heater, and I needed the harbor master to come over and take a lock off the 3-phase plug on the meter stand that's in front of the boat. And they don't answer the phone, but you can call them on the radio. And so I turned on the breaker in the wheelhouse. I turned on the 1990s VHF radio.
So boaty.
And I called the harbor master on the VHF, and he answered. And I felt for a second like I was on a boat, which was really, I kind of walked out of the wheelhouse wondering, like, wow, why does that feel so amazing? It's because I was acting like a captain of a boat for a change instead of just some shipyard worker. So that was cool. The guy said, I'll be there in a minute. And he was literally here in less than a minute. So,
Yeah.
And we got our 3-phase heater running all night long. So.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
AK Flyer found your videos looking for ideas for sandblasting bottom paint. Thank you. And thank you for your compliments, kind words.
Yeah.
Sandblasting is amazing.
Thank you.
New to it. I'd seen, a little blast box cabinet thing, but sandblasting at the scale that I was fortunate to be able to do on the Gypsy was mind-blowing, to say the least. It was like a magic wand. You just hold that thing about 2 or 3 feet away from the boat, and as fast as you can think, like, paint be gone, it's gone. Everything is gone. It is just a magic eraser. I would travel like this fast back and forth in an area about that big, about as big as my face, and it would erase everything. All the paint, all the epoxy barriers, all the rust, everything just gone immediately. And if you own a boat and you're dealing with any sort of corrosion or old paint, you can appreciate how amazing that would be just to see all of your nemesises erased in a moment. So that's how it felt. It was like it was like turning back the clock 25 years on the Gypsy's hull in many ways. So I encourage you, if there's any way you can sandblast your boat, man, it's worth it. I bought a little tiny Viver brand vacuum sandblaster thing that doesn't need a huge compressor. Uh, and it was, I think, about $500 or $600, thinking I was going to use that to sandblast my divots. It's a long story. If you watch my sandblasting video, you know I haven't even used it yet. And sure enough, I probably spent 2 or 3 times the cost of that machine renting the big machine, but it's worth it. It's just, if your time is worth anything, I strongly encourage you to figure out if you can get access to an industrial size sandblaster, or at least a big one. It'll do in an hour what would take you, well, you can't even do it. You just can't. There's not really any way to recreate really the effect of a serious commercial sandblasting. So
Scott researched, talked to,
I resisted it for a long
and
time.
tried a lot of different things for a while before coming to that conclusion.
So there you go. There's
So
my
good advice. That's why I brought that up. This is really good advice.
I'm not selling sandblasting.
No.
I got nothing to gain from it. Just tell you what, if you can do it, and you don't need, like, your boat may not need it. It's a transformative process for your boat, and it takes you back to day one, which may or may not be good. The Gypsy needed it, but I've also been on boats for many years that they didn't need sandblasted. It wasn't worth it. You lose all your barrier coats, you lose all your primer, you're back to square one. You start over completely. So it's I'm going to end up spending more money on paint to rebuild than I will on the sandblasting, but this boat really needed it, so worthwhile investment. How much time do you have into the hull now? I have no idea. A month, 2 months.
Well, we got
I'll go
here.
by months.
Okay, I'll tell you. 1 week in July, which was pretty like balls to the wall, all out. Scott was working. It was summer, 15 hours a day. That was 1 week, and then we got back September 2nd or 3rd, and it hasn't been nonstop work because a lot of the work has been mental, and YouTube, but it has been a lot of work processing, trying to figure it out. But 2 months, another 2 months.
Not a day has gone by where I didn't at least put in 4 hours of work,
It's
even
true.
on the days that were like, okay,
Slower.
catching up on computer and life stuff, emails and whatever. There's so many different projects on this boat.
Yes.
So safe to say a couple months at this point.
Yeah.
Of pretty steady everyday work. We're living on the boat. Like, I don't really do much else besides work on the boat and work on the YouTube channel and stuff. So I wonder how many crew it takes to sail. Have you thought about it? Rebel X said, well, the interesting thing about this boat is Tom Colvin, who designed it, said that this boat is an excellent sailboat for a short-handed crew. And he actually said, there's this thing that he wrote that I absolutely love, and I'll read it sometime if I haven't already. Probably have, but on a video, he said that the design of this boat is the Gypsy. It's the Gypsy hull design. And he said that it's a great boat for man and wife, and as long as they're not in their golden years. He's basically suggesting that 2 people in decent condition should be able to sail this boat relatively with relative ease, I think is what he was communicating. He designed the boat. I don't know anything about it, to be honest, other than I figure that's a good sign.
Yeah.
We got kids too, so we'll be fine. There's that thing. Thank you. Okay. Whoa, what happened? Freddie will remind us. Are we sticking to Alaska or planning on tropical places to sail? We're not planning on any of those. I could imagine it happening because once we know how to sail this boat and we realize that a wind in the right direction could take us there for free, like, Oh, heck. All of a sudden, things could look a little different. As well as this boat is a home and it won't be a trip, we could just move our home to a tropical destination potentially. So I imagine I'll start thinking about it. But the first tropical stop is going to be Warm Springs,
Yes.
hot springs here in Southeast. So
I have to say, it's the last 2 days it's gotten colder, and today it was cold and windy, and it was like, whew, it's coming. This is nothing.
it's warm in my tent though. I was working in a t-shirt all day. Two sailboats at the same time. You might want to look into a 12-step program. I know it's really weird.
Admit you have a problem.
I tell you, the most expensive vehicle I've ever owned cost $8,500. So that was a diesel truck with 280,000 miles on it. So I don't spend money on much. I have nice camera equipment from my past life as a photographer, but this boat thing has really gotten out of hand. I think it's because I don't own property anymore. I had a pretty big house in a former life and sold the house. And I guess you know what I said. I have a heavy equipment. I have an excavator and a skid steer, but those I don't feel like are personal things. Those are business tools. So yeah, the boat thing is funny. I love these steel motor sailors and their incredible value. It's like buying a house with a heating system, power generation, plumbing, electrical, insulation.
Self-reliant to the max.
Yeah, it's incredible. And for, you think maybe like $100,000 is a lot for a boat, but you can't even buy a dry cabin on a decent piece of property for $100,000 in Homer, Alaska, anyhow. So
Yeah.
what you get in a steel boat of this kind of vintage is really, it's to a diseased brain, it's incredible value.
To a skilled man, like, you know, what do they call you?
Renaissance man.
Yeah, the Renaissance man.
William Barry, don't drive your car, okay? But it sounds like you're a happy, friendly drunk.
Yes.
So keep
love
it up.
you. Thanks for all the love.
North Pole, Alaska.
Hi, Chuck. You want to help?
A mechanic help. I could have used some help the other day. I was replacing the rear seal on my Cummins 5.9 or 6BT, and I didn't really know what I was doing, but I hacked my way through, and I think I got that speedy sleeve in there. But I've been getting a lot of help from the YouTube comments. If you're a regular here, appreciate all the ideas and thoughts and stuff. If you happen to be a Cummins 5.9 expert or know a lot about them, certainly can use some consultation help there. I don't really know what I'm doing. I just am fearless when it comes to trying to fix things, I guess. HVACing is trying to muster the troops to help us out financially. That's kind of you. And Freddie's promoting us with the likes.
I love that. Thanks for all the support and love you guys.
Never been to Wrangell, but love Valdez.
I love Wrangell, and I love Valdez. So I feel you. You probably would like Wrangell if you like Valdez. It feels like, and I hear so many people say this about this place. Like, I've been meeting a lot of community members, and so many people say it feels like it's in a bubble, or it's like time stamped in another decade. It's like protected and frozen. It should maybe, I don't know. Wrangell's amazing.
Freddie, did you mean how did I stop? How did I stop the shaft from turning? Because that was the thing I was trying to figure out. A YouTube commenter told me, "Oh, I put a large wrench on the front of the engine on the the pulley where one of the pulley belts is or wheels is or something." That I didn't think of that, and I looked at the front of the engine. I didn't see anything that I could get a socket on easily, so I ended up clamping the adapter plate, which is like this big cogged, kind of like a gear, but it's a very strange gear that mates up with the transmission. I was actually able just to put a clamp on the bottom of that ring style adapter plate and clamp it to the bell housing, and I didn't clamp it very hard because it's the aluminum. It looks like a cast aluminum bell housing, so I didn't want to break it, obviously. But it didn't take very much resistance to where I could hit my torque that I wanted on those little bolts. They're only like There's some millimeter thing, but they're not very big, so it ended up working out just fine. I had done it when I took it off, but this project is like it's been long enough I didn't remember how I got those bolts off. It's kind of funny. The
I know.
ironic thing of it is I rediscovered the same idea and then realized partway through it that I'd already figured this out before. I'm not old enough to start calling that old age yet, but I think that's what people call old age.
You've like made so many decisions and learned so many new things since then.
They don't
That
have
was the-
room.
Well,
Things are falling out the back.
Well, and that was like kind of I remember this experience when he had to do this the first time. It was kind of a stressful thing. We actually have a video on it on our past channel. It's actually in the chapters of our old OG videos. It's lowering the engine.
That's different.
Oh.
It's okay. She's not a mechanic. That was a struggle though, but it's not the same struggle.
Okay.
Oh.
A little different.
Oh wow, we're all caught up on comments. Close. Who signs it? I don't know. People at the age, it's like they all got excuses for things. I don't need any excuses. I just forget things. Whatever. That's fine, isn't it? Not all things are worth remembering.
What are you guys the most excited for the Alaskan Gypsy to do in video?
We're not going to be in the shipyard forever, you know.
I would love to hear your. I mean, you can. I mean, I'm like yawning, thinking of good, like the dreamy inspiration would be really kind of fun to chat about. It's pretty inspiring, actually. The boat. We should probably. It'd be fun to take them down there and show them. It's almost completely fared. First coat.
Yeah, first coat. Audrey's kind of good at oversimplifying all the projects. Like, okay, so you're almost done fairing. It's like, well, I'm almost done fairing half of the boat, the first coat. So it's there's a lot
Well,
to
you're
do
almost
still.
done with the second half, right?
Now I am, but yeah. So I'm almost done with the first coat on the second half of the boat.
Sail her safely. Yes. Thank you. That will be so cool.
Fishing. Chuck, I'm not much of a fisherman. I just fish when I know there's fish there and I can catch them pretty much, which fortunately in Alaska and the places I've been has been really easy. What? Oh, what? I missed you talk about the fuller you use. Can you? Oh, the filler. Yeah, we'll go down and look in the under the boat here in a few minutes, I think, and I'll show you where we're at on the progress and the materials I'm using, and give you a full status update. It's been a good day down there.
Bye. Hi, Linda. Bye. Linda is what?
AK Flyer, did you just give us $20 or what?
No, I think that, I don't know. It's hard to tell what's going on here. Huh.
We're not doing a fundraising event.
No, we're not.
We don't know what's going on.
We're just trying to acknowledge what's going on in the comments.
Orange messages.
Yeah.
Gave us $1 because now it says 20.
Penny. Yeah. Yes, thanks for making it even.
The boat looks great. Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you. The wildlife photography under the ocean.
Okay. Hey, William, you're drinking. Don't try and tell me what to do. Just kidding.
I really need to get on my footage and share with you guys.
Yeah, I have a lot of photos of a lot of things, but I'm more excited about taking the next one. That's kind of what I always, for me, the best photo is the next one to take. I don't really love going through my old photos very much, even though there is a lot of them. Mm-hmm. This thing is weird. This donation thing is quite misleading because it says one thing on here and another thing on the computer. I don't know what's going on, but
we didn't do this live to get donations, just so you guys know.
You can just tell we need it. No, it's not that bad. We're doing pretty well. Some people have asked about the financial thing, and I'll just real briefly go over it because I know it's on some people's minds. Is like, oh, how do you afford this? You must be rich. No, we're not rich. We sold almost all the stuff we have to live this lifestyle, and we live really, really frugally. We eat mostly wild game. We don't eat breakfast. We don't eat lunch, so that helps. It's kind of ridiculous, but it's actually some people do it for dietary reasons. I do it mostly for convenience, and it's healthy apparently, and it saves you a lot of money, it turns out. and especially if you mostly eat wild game. So I don't buy alcohol. I don't have subscriptions to like Netflix or anything like that. I don't watch TV. Um, I
Same.
don't go on vacation. I don't buy fancy clothes. Uh, I'm I don't have medical bills. Thank God. That's not a big part of my life. And so I've just always kind of worked pretty hard doing fun, creative work and saved my money and invested it when I could or invested in my own ideas. And I don't have a huge amount of money. Doing this project on the Gypsy is probably going to pretty well tap out all of my cash that I have, and that's okay. I still have some assets that could be liquidated if it needed. But so no, this is a real deal. This is like we're not some rich folks
Mm-mm.
pretending to play shipyard rats. We are true dirtbaggers, and but we have means, and we're not stupid. And we save our money. We don't waste it, and so we have skills. We like sharing them. We're passionate about our work when we work for other people, and we get compensated fairly. And so there's nothing that we're hiding about that. Yeah, we got money and we're spending it here, but it's not like there's a huge well of it. I'm really agonizing over the thousands, I would say, and trying not to focus on the hundreds because you'd go crazy if you did that. So, but for example, I think I got the shaft ordered today. I think I was able to get it for about $1,000 less than, well, a few thousand less than I initially thought. But just calling around, and I was telling the machine shops in the Seattle area, like, hey, here's the deal. I'm trying to get this boat back in the water. I got a pretty tight budget. If there's anything you can do to help me out, I sure would appreciate it. And ended up getting a quote for the shaft that's a couple thousand less than the first quote I got from a different company. So that's just kind of the way it goes, and doing all the work as much as we can ourselves. So, um, okay. When do you plan to rebuild the head, or will you wait until you're in the water? Um, that's definitely in the collection of things that I'm just not really going to worry about because there's stuff that's more critical feeling. We can definitely go in the water without a head, and Audrey's really tough about that. She's okay with the 5 gallon bucket, and so if I can get to it, I will. But if it comes time that the boat is ready to go in the water, in the sense that it can go in the water, we'll probably just put it in the water, and we'll get out of the shipyard. And it's basically $400 a week to be sitting here in this really nice shipyard spot, and that's before electrical and whatever other expenses come along. So every week that we're not sitting here, we'll be saving hundreds of dollars that could be invested into stuff on the boat. So we're not going to hang out until we have a nice head, that's for sure. uh, we live in Alaska for the amazing things that others only dream of. Amen, Chuck.
It's true.
We're fortunate to live here and explore this incredible part of the world. Williams singing music. Bolero, enjoy watching you from Australia. Was a trained shipwright, now retired. Oh, cool.
That's cool. Welcome. Hi.
I think there's a lot of people that are enjoying our content that either have done it, stuff similar, or they think about doing it. And I appreciate that. If you find what I'm doing interesting, working on the boat, and relatable, great. Glad to hear that. And I know I've received a lot of wisdom from people that have been down this path before me. So I appreciate that. I am new to most of this. I'm learning a lot every day. When we splash, hopefully, I'm saying Thanksgiving area. I need to weld the deer. I know. Actually, it was my dad that he was the one that came up with this multi-tool the animals idea, which is I think is quite genius because you can cut anything with those tools. And I had never thought of using it. I used a hacksaw or a sawzall a lot on wild game, bones, cutting the ribs up and stuff. And I don't like the sawzall is kind of messy. The multi-tool is pretty sweet.
There's like bone shards up there in the wheelhouse from dinner prep.
That was the clean option.
I didn't clean it up yet.
It was raining. I had to bring the deer inside. I'd hung it outside because the bow was getting warm, and then it started raining, so I had to put it back inside. And then we needed dinner, so I cut the ribs and the brisket all up and stuffed them in the pressure cooker and that's what we're gonna have for dinner for our one little deer. So, oh, what are you watching? Dubai. Oh wow,
That's cool.
that
Welcome.
is a different world.
Thank you
I
for
can't,
watching.
I can't imagine. The prop, the company Kruger and Sons, where I think I'm gonna get my shaft from. It's looking like they are telling me that they might have a used prop for me that is kind of stuck behind a bunch of other stuff in their warehouse, and he said it looks like it's the right size, but I don't know if it's 2.5 inch hub or shaft size. So maybe I'll hear from him tomorrow if I can get that prop with the shaft shipped together. That'd be a convenience, and it seems like Kruger and Sons are doing their best to help me out on the budget. So it would probably be a pretty well priced propeller from a shop. I think buying one off eBay or whatever marketplace could be better, but somebody today, I think it was Kraut American, was uh, showing me some links of ones in Florida, which is cool, but I don't know the cost of shipping and logistics from Florida to Seattle area, then onto the barge, then up here. I'll probably take a look at them and see if there's something great there, but I'm trying to focus my energies into the Pacific Northwest, preferably Seattle or Alaska, on my prop search. So it's kind of where I'm at. I think the prop is toast. Yesterday, I suggested I might put it on the boat just so we could limp out of here until we find a decent prop, and that might still happen. But the electrical system, I've been receiving some emails from um, battery companies. These lithium batteries must be exploding because I've received 2 or 3 emails, and we just have this little baby YouTube channel, but people are saying, "Hey, would you like to test out our batteries or whatever?" They're just looking for market exposure, and I've responded to 1 or 2 of them, and we may or may not have a battery or two on its way of lithium. But the Alaskan Gypsy actually has a pretty serious bank of 8D typical standard old marine batteries on it, and I think they're in decent condition, and I'm not jumping up and down to try and redesign or rebuild or replace that system anytime soon. We haven't spent enough time on the boat to even know what we would need or want. This battery bank may be plenty for us, or we might wish we had more capacity. I really have no idea. So um, just gonna take it one step at a time. If somebody wants to send us batteries, I'll try and figure out a fun, creative way to make use of them and let you guys all know what I think. But I don't know much about those batteries other than they're having a little bit of mixed reviews in the marketplace. But mostly people are excited and converting to them. It sounds like if you have a good system for managing them and preventing fires, they're amazing. But I'm not gonna jump in too fast on it. If I use some lithium batteries, I'll just start off with something like we have an electric motor for the canoe that is on the boat, and hey, I put a lithium battery in the canoe and try it out with that. Absolutely, could be a fun story, practical use, something that would, I think a lithium battery for that application would probably be great because it'd be lighter, higher capacity. So. Yeah, that old prop is pretty bad for sure. Maybe could limp us around, but I'd probably be worrying about it all the time. So
Yeah. What's the name of your fishing boat, AK Flyer? Where? Do you have a boat or?
yeah, those lithium batteries seem like it's worth researching before you just throw them anywhere. It sounds like overheating while charging is the major concern.
Bear, Delaware. Absoluteness. Hi, William.
Lost a prop. That must have been weird. I thought I lost my prop one time on a 58-foot boat. It's a kind of a crazy story. I had dropped the anchor, and I didn't really like where I ended up. I was on a pretty steep incline, and so I pulled the anchor back up. Dead calm water. Pulled the anchor back up, put the boat in gear to move ahead just a little bit, and the boat didn't move. And I was fortunately basically at an anchorage, so I ran down in the engine room real quick. I put it in gear, and I ran down there, and I looked because I thought, what is going on? and I could see the engines turning, the transmission is turning, I could see the shaft turning coming out of the transmission, and the boat wasn't moving. And I thought the prop fell off. Like, I don't, what do you even think at that point? And so I just dropped the anchor again, and I got in my wetsuit, and I dove under the boat, and the prop was there, and I was just completely dumbfounded. It's like, oh, there's the prop. I thought it was going to be gone, and there's the shaft. The prop is on, and so I could see the shaft leaving the engine transmission, and I could see the shaft coming out to the prop, but uh, I didn't know what to think. I thought maybe the prop is spun on the shaft somehow, or like lost its key or whatever. But anyhow, I don't remember. I know I tied the prop in, tied it onto the boat, and then we got towed back to Homer, which fortunately we weren't very far away. But what had happened is the shaft had actually corroded inside, like the stern bearing or the cutlass bearing or whatever those things are called. It had corroded in there and sort of eaten itself out inside, and just kind of crazy that it didn't break under much load, but it just broke at an idle, putting it into gear, um, which was fortunate. And anyhow, so that was my real experience with that. Didn't lose the prop, but I bet losing your prop would be quite an experience depending on where you were.
Loving all the comments. Thanks, you guys, for the engagement.
Well, Ollie about the or Allie about the batteries and power. Yeah, we do need a lot of power, but the main engine produces a lot of power, electrical current with the alternators, and then we have two generators, and I'll probably get a third. I'll probably bring on a little tiny suitcase generator. So we're just gonna have to see what it's like. I don't really just don't know how if our house bank of batteries is gonna feel like a lot of power, and we have a chest freezer on here and water pumps and water heater, and we got a lot to learn. Honestly, just a lot to discover in that regard.
Yes.
William Burkhardt, watch you guys from Bear, Delaware, Absoluteness.
Hi.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either, but absoluteness sounds kind of intriguing.
The batteries are lit us to make sure they never go below their rated value, keep them charged. Yeah, I've killed a lot of batteries in my day, Freddie. Don't you worry. What I found really kills the battery is you let it get dead and then leave it in a freezing environment in the winter in Alaska. That seems to really take care of them. But since I'm a homesteader, I keep them all, and I have piles of old batteries that are essentially worthless, but I still use them occasionally and try and keep them charged up. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. We got a pretty good little battery monitor, actually. It's a Trace Engineering is the inverter on here, and it's got a little display that's easy to see, and so we'll be learning about that. Alaskan Pacific must be the name of AK Flyer's boat.
Yeah.
That's a majestic name.
Maybe we'll see out there someday.
I love what you're doing and watching from Perry Sound, Ontario. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate it. Hey, from New Mexico. Got a friend who moved from, he's my neighbor in Homer, Alaska, and he moved to New Mexico.
Hello, Steve.
I don't think we're going to sail to Dubai, but who knows? We got the boat for it.
You never know. You never know what's going to happen.
Small question. Are you planning to do like an episode series once a week video where you... We're on the random program for sure, because we just started this YouTube channel a little over a month ago, and our main goal has been that we're going to try and share content in the easiest way possible for us so that we actually do it, because we got a lot of stuff going on in life here, and we wanted to start sharing on YouTube, but you could easily spend all your time